Hi everyone, thanks so much for tuning in to another live Endorsed by Chris feature. So today I am here back in my hometown, Charlotte, North Carolina, with one of Charlotte's own, Jarron Thomas.
What's up? How you doing?
Good. Honestly, I've known Jarron for, how long have we known each other?
It's been a while, 14, maybe 14 years, 13 years.
Yeah, so we've known each other for a while, and I mean, he's an okay guy. Anyway, most recently, his company, Jump Institute, helped to sponsor the event that I had here in Charlotte, the Hustlers Workshop, and so I just wanted to take time to first, I guess, thank you for that, because,
no problem.
You know, it really means a lot when someone takes the time to believe in your vision and actually contribute to it. So that really means a lot. So one, I just wanted to say thank you. And now I just want to get into more about what his company is and a little bit more about him. So first, before we get started, tell us, who is Jarron?
I'm a native Charlottean.
Okay.
I grew up here. I went to Butler High School, graduated from there. I graduated from UNC Charlotte. I was a double major in economics and sociology. I work at Bank of America full time.
Oh, so you can get me some like rebates and do some stuff for me?
We can deliver. We can deliver. That's a program we got. So definitely we can deliver. We'll get you some mortgages, whatever you need. We got it. And then I'm the founder and CEO of Jump Institute.
All right, well, that is a good segue into my next question. So what is Jump Institute?
So Jump Institute is a social ecosystem, and we call it that because it's really a social network, but the idea is that students can put something in or give something, and then they get something out of it.
Okay.
The idea kind of derived from me and my co-founder, Ben Coleman. So we started out, it's kind of crazy. So we started out, we wanted to be like the Black Bill Nye the Science guys. Like that was,
I remember that.
Yeah,
that was
my, yeah. So, okay, that gives you the whole story of how the name came about. So when the song came on, Bill, everybody remembers that from back in school. Okay, so my favorite group when I was a little kid, I had the box and everything, was Criss Cross.
Okay.
So, we thought about it, and you remember their hit song, Jump.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay.
Oh,
you got
me. That's
nice. So then, we couldn't register Jump. So, and Jump didn't really tell exactly what it was that we were going to do.
Okay.
So we had to go through, do we want to call it, Jump University or something? What would we call it? And so I was like, why don't we call it Jump Institute? And it just kind of stuck. We kind of liked it. And then when you think about LinkedIn and a social network like Jumping, we want students to jump into their STEAM, jump into their education, jump out of their shell, and go on the site and post questions for other students to answer, to help them out. Okay. So it's really about peer-to-peer learning. I think it's the future, that it'll be the global classroom one day. That's my goal. It's a big goal. It's a tall task, but I just think, that combination of social network and knowing that our students spend about 4 hours a day on social networks, and everything they do on social networks is all extrinsic or intrinsic value in terms of, I post my new shoes I like and you like it. And so now it's cool. I get, 200, 300 likes, whatever. And that's a big deal, but they don't get anything out of it. So what we're creating is, again, a social ecosystem, a peer-to-peer learning site where students can post questions, videos around STEAM, pictures. It's really just about them sharing their journey as they learn, and really about getting them more engaged in STEAM. So we're doing some features next year where we're showing some innovative careers in STEAM. So it's just all about STEAM, moving from STEM to STEAM and really...
I was about to say, so you keep saying STEAM.
So STEAM is STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, plus the arts. You throw the A in there in the middle, and that's how you get STEM.
Yeah. Okay. What would you say your biggest accomplishment to date when it comes to Jump Institute? What would it
My biggest accomplishment today. So in 2014, we were part of City Startup Labs, which is a great program. If you haven't heard of it, definitely check out City Startup Labs at citystartuplabs.com. Henry Rock is the executive director. It's a program originally it was focused on getting young African American males engaged in entrepreneurship. Now it's focused on African American males and females.
Okay. So you can't forget the girls. Can't forget the ladies. These are the ones that's popping, actually. That's another concept.
But it's really about getting us more engaged and more involved in entrepreneurship, a field that we've traditionally been left out of. So the program is all about, it's 3 different modules. It's all about preparing you to be a business owner and run a business, a successful business. And in 2014, we won their business pitch competition. They got some initial seed funding from Wells.
Oh, that's nice. So what would you say the biggest struggle or maybe a challenge has been when it comes to your company?
The biggest struggle would probably be building out a solid team. I mean, when you have a startup, the biggest challenge is capital. And when you're trying to build genuine, solid individuals who understand the long-term vision, who want to be a part of the business for the long haul, that's probably the biggest challenge, especially if they weren't there from the beginning. So something that we continue to work on. And, we've learned, I had a lot of lessons learned along the way. So we've had several different developers that we've worked with. And now we have a group that are doing really well. And we've made some great strides. But I will also say another significant accomplishment is our pilot. So we've been piloting at Oakhurst STEAM Academy here in Charlotte. I am a graduate of Oakhurst Padea Academy, which was the elementary school I went to. It actually closed down. They reopened it as a STEAM school, and we've been piloting the website there. So
that's nice.
We piloted there last school year, the second semester. I actually spoke at their graduation. We just had a very fruitful partnership. I sponsored their basketball team. They've been great partners in the community.
In 5 years, where would you like to see Jump Institute at?
In 5 years, realistically, I like to see Jump Institute not just working with different individual schools, but working with different school systems. I like there to be an international flavor to it in terms of having students from diverse backgrounds and diverse learning environments who are part of the platform. And I like to see it thriving in terms of students really increasing their engagement. That's the big thing that we're looking at. Again, when we moved from being a business where we wanted to be the black building out of science guys and create these videos, which we actually created those videos. We haven't really released any of them. But we will once we get more traction with the site. But when we moved from that to creating this platform, the idea was based around a common core standard that our students really struggle with the application of what they learn in the classroom, applying it to the real world. And so I would really just like to see students. I don't even care about what number. If we can change the lives of 50, 100, 1,000 students, minorities, not even just minorities, but all students, and get that spark going where they're more engaged, where they want to learn, where they want to be a part of a community where they're really getting engaged in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, I would be happy with that.
Anyone who may be interested in starting a nonprofit, but creating a startup or what have you, what advice would you give them?
The biggest piece of advice that I can give you is just to be resilient. When you're starting a business, when you're starting a new job in your career, because there's entrepreneurs just like there's entrepreneurs. The biggest thing is to be resilient and to focus on what your end goal is. Start with the end in mind. So if you know where it is you want to go, look at what that end outcome is, and then build back from there. Build project plans. Do all of the things that you've learned in school, all the things that you learned working in corporate America. If you work in corporate America, apply that to your business. It's the same concepts. All businesses function the same at the core, and so really just be relentless, have that relentless fervor, that fire within you to continue to push, because you're going to deal with obstacles. I mean, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
That's true.
And it's not for everybody, but it is for anybody. So
I like that.
Yeah,
Good.
if you still there, you gotta quote me. But it's not for everybody, but it's for anybody who really wants it. Like, you gotta want it. I think Eric Thomas was the one who said this. Maybe somebody said it before him. I don't know. But you gotta want it as bad as you want to breathe. And and then also I would say, don't be so hard on yourself. I struggle with being really hard on myself. Like, if I didn't get something done every day, I felt like I wasn't getting closer to my goal. I wasn't accomplishing what I wanted to do. But you gotta take some time off too. You gotta step away from it, look at it from a different lens, and really understand, are you making progress? I think we're making progress. We're making an impact through our pilot. We've been able to sponsor different programs and really be involved and engaged in the community. We just did the Crumby Classic, which Cameo Crumby, one of my fellow board members of 100 Black Men, he runs that every Thanksgiving. So we just did that. We're doing our bubble ball rentals. So Jump Institute, there's a lot going on. Our core is the site, but I would give all that as advice for anyone starting a business.
Now it comes the part that I love most, talking about style. So I see you, flipped your hat backwards, So how would you describe...
It's a little warm in here.
Okay. Anyway, how would you describe your personal style?
Well, I don't like one word to describe it.
I mean, you can have multiple.
How would you describe your personal style?
Why would you do that?
I'm just wondering.
Honestly, I would... But see, I'm always changing. It's based on like my mood that day is based on how my hair is, because I like to change my hair. So it just depends,
I got you.
I'm feeling the like whole athletic type vibe kind of right now.
For me?
No, I'm saying like for me, that's kind of what I'm.
I'd say my style is pretty versatile.
Okay.
You watch Power?
Yes.
It's kind of like Ghost a little bit.
So you a Ghost?
I'm not. I said it's like that.
Okay.
Suits during the week, tailored suits. I dress down sometimes. I do jeans. Hoodie, leather jacket.
So what would be your go-to outfit?
My go-to outfit?
Go-to look. If you could wear something every single day, no matter like job or anything, didn't have play a part. If you could wear something every single day, what would it be? I
really don't buy sneakers anymore, but...
Oh, what? Don't buy sneakers? I can't even believe it.
Yeah, I had to stop. I had to stop,
okay.
But I still got a pretty decent collection. So I would have to definitely say my black cement 3s.
Okay.
Would be my go-to shoes. Like I would wear those with my suit to work. I actually have wore them with my suit to work. And nobody even really noticed, but I wouldn't do that again.
Right.
That was a different job.
Okay.
But my black cement 3s, some biker jeans, my jump hoodie, and a leather jacket.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the last thing that you purchased when it comes to clothing?
Clothing wise?
Shoes, whatever.
I don't even really want to say.
You gotta say.
Last thing I purchased was a belt.
Okay.
Yeah, a belt.
Are you lying?
No, I really purchased a belt. I don't want to say what kind. I purchased a belt. That was the last thing I bought. Yeah. Okay.
So before we close, I like to end with 2 statements that can give the people, I guess, an idea into your mind. I want you to fill in the blank.
All right.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Education to me is like.
Education to me is like an ocean.
Okay.
It's vast in nature, being that there's so much to learn. It's ever changing. The tide comes in, goes back out, and it's constant at the same time. If that makes sense.
Yeah. You. All right. One last question. I want Jump Institute to be remembered for.
I want Jump Institute to be remembered for changing education as we know it today. And I think that the way that we're going to do that is, again, that we're going to create the global classroom. We're, not existing programs, but we're doing things from a bottom-up approach. It's from the student's perspective, by the student, for the student, and I haven't seen that a lot of places. A lot of people have compared our site in terms of what it is to Khan Academy. The big difference is there's not an illuminator or a teacher. There's a student, and there's a student telling things from their perspective. There's a student working with their peers to create, to collaborate. There's a student who's developing the skills that will make them successful in corporate America. There's a student who's learning about design thinking through a program we're partnering with a cultivated mindset on called Thinkers Lab, where they're introduced to that. There's a student who's eventually going to learn about drones and the science behind that through a summer program that I'm just going to plug everything.
I see. Go ahead.
A summer program that we're working on this coming summer. There's a student, and it's about the student, and our traditional school systems are doing a great job. Teachers are definitely underpaid. They have a tough job. They're definitely not paid enough to do their job, and this is just something that's supplemental to what they're doing. But it's about the student, and that's what's important to the student. I'm passionate about this.
No, I can tell. And that means a lot. I feel like, especially when it comes to education, you have to have people that are passionate about it, because, a lot of kids, their parents aren't. You know what I'm saying? So it's a reflection of what happens to them. So it's good when you have people in the community that are trying to do things to help better the future for tomorrow. So I am excited. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
You've heard it here first with Jarron Thomas, one of the co-founders of Jump Institute. You can follow him or the movement, you can drop the social networks.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at exec-in-chief, SEXEC-in-chief, CHIEF. And then you can follow our business page at jumpin, JUMPIN.io. And that's both on Instagram. Then you can also follow our Twitter. It's Jump In Charlotte, CLT. So JUMPIN Charlotte.
And what's the website?
And the website, most important. Jumpin.io. So that's JUMPIN.io. Parents, if you're interested, contact your administrators, the principal. We'll come in and we'll meet with them and talk about just our program and everything we have set up, and we would love for you guys to join our site and join our community.
Cool. Well, you heard it here first. Till next time. It's not like one big word that you said just then, but something else is better.
Steam.
So what are we looking at? Okay.
I don't know.
I know. So for anyone who may be, oh really? You gotta flip the hat back.